Today, I want to embark on a journey with you, a journey from the darkness of revenge to the light of true success. It's a journey of self-discovery and transformation, where we shed the burdens of the past and embrace the fullness of our potential. It's about understanding our thoughts, controlling our emotions, and embracing vulnerability. So let's dive deep into each step of this journey. The power of thoughts and feelings. Our thoughts are the architects of our reality. They shape our feelings, our actions, and ultimately, our destinies. Think of our minds as an auxiliary cord, constantly plugged into external influences. The music that plays through this cord, whether it's the melody of positivity or the dissonance of negativity, shapes our perception of the world. But here's the key. We have the power to choose what we allow in. We can filter out the noise and tune into the frequencies that empower us. By understanding the impact of external influences on our thoughts, we can take control of our emotional well-being and steer our lives in the direction of success. Understanding control and rage. Growing up in a tumultuous environment, I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders. I believed that by exerting control over every aspect of my life, I could shield myself from the chaos around me. But in reality, my need for control only fueled a raging inferno within me, a fire born out of frustration and fear. It took me years to realize that rage is just a misguided attempt to control things beyond our grasp. It's a futile battle that leaves us exhausted and empty. True strength lies not in control, but in surrender and letting go of the need to control and embracing the flow of life. The quest for identity. We live in a world that constantly demands us to conform, to fit into neatly labeled boxes and adhere to societal expectations. But true success is not found in conformity, it's found in authenticity. For years, I chased after the image of who I thought I should be, ignoring the whispers of my true self. I cared too much about what others thought, especially in competitive environments where the pressure to perform was relentless. But through introspection and self-discovery, I began to peel away the layers of pretense and embrace the essence of who I truly am. I learned that success is not about proving ourselves to others, it's about embracing our uniqueness and sharing our gifts with the world. Learning to say no. As a people-pleaser by nature, learning to say no was one of the hardest lessons I've ever had to learn. I was conditioned to believe that my worth was tied to my ability to meet the needs of others, to say yes to every request, no matter the cost to my own well-being. But in doing so, I sacrificed my own happiness and autonomy. It wasn't until I found myself drowning in a sea of obligations that I realized the power of a single word, no. In a therapy session that served as a turning point in my life, I had an epiphany. I didn't have to comply with every directive that came my way. I could assert my boundaries and prioritize my own needs without guilt or shame. Saying no became an act of self-love, a declaration of my worth and a commitment to my own happiness. Embracing vulnerability and growth. Vulnerability is often viewed as a weakness, a crack in the armor that exposes our deepest insecurities and fears. But in reality, vulnerability is the birthplace of connection and growth. It's through our willingness to be seen, flaws and all, that we forge authentic connections with others. For years, I hid behind a facade of strength, afraid to show the world the broken pieces of myself. But in embracing my vulnerability, I found strength I never knew I possessed. I discovered that it's okay to be imperfect, to stumble and fall, and to rise again, stronger than before. It's through our willingness to embrace our vulnerability that we unlock the door to personal growth and healing. In conclusion, the journey from revenge to success is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to confront the shadows of our past. But it's a journey worth taking. So let's embrace our true selves, set healthy boundaries, and support each other along the way. Together, we can achieve true success, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us. Thank you. Embrace discomfort as the catalyst for growth. It's in the challenges that you find your true potential. Please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with friends to support our content.